Mr. Coach, have you ever heard the phrase, think before you ink? That way, none of this would have ever happened. Don't think they're mine. So, the dragon tattoo. Who'd have thought it? A dragon and a tattoo would be antagonists in a young adult drama. Wow. Anyway, this is a Hooniverse tradition, as you may well know, that taking normal things and turning them into dangerous alien things. So, we've had the Mona Lisa and the Sarah Jane adventures, and now it's time for tattoos. And if you thought In the Forest of the Night was in a way of saying save the trees, this could be a way of saying think before you ink. Anyway, this is a really good episode. The pacing's better because, well, you can't rush through it like you did last time. Because you have to get through Ram's craziness, or he thinks he's going crazy. Which is understandable when you think about it, because at prom, his girlfriend was killed by a shadow creature that was hunting down a prince and his protector turned out to be his new teacher and the posh kid he bullied. Then the shadow thing chops off his leg. Then the Scottish man with attack eyebrows comes and sends them away. And then gives him a new leg. That's a lot to take in. And credit to the actor, he does well. I mean, he really does well with selling this. The others, yeah, they do well. Tanya's not really making an impact that much compared to the others. I mean, Miss Quill, yeah, she's going to make an impression because, well, the way she plain acts. She's stubborn, puts her foot down, she doesn't take anything, no for an answer. Even throwing a stapler and inspector. Which I wonder what she would have done if that turned out to be a real person. Anyway, then we have Charlie, who's of course an alien, so you're going to remember him. April, who's kind of likeable, really, probably the most likeable one out of the group, well, is at the moment. And Ram, who's crazy or thinks he's going crazy, and he really makes an impression. And Matt, I'm going to call him Matt. I think that's his name. He didn't really make an impression in this episode either. But hey, he was okay. Well, actually, I don't think he was barely in this episode. You see, that's the problem with an ensemble. You need to make sure, because I swear, a character like him, I feel like he's in the episode, but I don't. I will have to check. But he is a good character. Either way, he made more impression than Tanya did. So I hope Tanya makes an impression, some kind of impression in the near future, considering this is only 8 episodes long, this series. But anyway, let's talk about the plot. A dragon is killing people. But it turns and an inspector has come to Coal Hill. Clearly equally terrifying. But anyway, visually the dragon is amazing. I like it how they didn't just go with standard Smaug dragon. No, I am the last one kind of thing. But instead they went for a different design, and turns out the tattoo is another dragon. He doesn't just use, well, he does use it to control it, but it's not kind of, I have the tattoo, therefore you're mine. That tattoo needs to feed, which is good, and the coach, he does a good job. And I need to say this, Jamie Reed Correll, who played not the inspector, well he did, but Connie Sarth in The Magician's Apprentice. He's back. And for the first time ever, I think it's an actor who's physically been told to act wooden and lifeless. Which is kind of amazing. But let's talk about that subplot, because that's what Miss Quill is pretty much occupied with throughout most of the episode. An inspector arrives, looks pretty normal, but she of course goes through Sherlock Holmes' deduction, must be something wrong, and how the visuals even kind of match some of the deductions. But hey, turns out he wanted Miss Quill. Now I'm not sure if he actually meant that as in kiss. I think that's just complete misunderstanding. Then Miss Quill downright kills him. But turns out he's a robot sent by the inspectors, or the governors even, whoever they are. They're probably going to be in a new further episode, but then again, it does seem like if it doesn't pay off, it does seem like a pointless subplot unless we get a payoff, like who the governors are. Because at the moment it just seems like, she kissed a robot. And to be honest, I think they would have defeated the dragon or done it separately, like the kids would have taken the coach and Miss Quill would have taken the dragon. Until she was thrown through the window. I think that's literally how the only reason they stopped it as a group is because Miss Quill was thrown through a window. And I haven't really talked about this, but the visuals are good. I am liking the school setting more and more. Like, they could use that, because I've noticed most of the climaxes are at night. Now, I noticed this, but it would be nice to see them do it in the day. I know you can't do this with the Shadowkin because no shadows, but like during the day in school where they have to keep the monster out of the way of the other people. That could make for something interesting. But then again, it is kind of, these first two episodes kind of okay. They both have something weird to it. Like, the pacing is better here, but then again whereas last episode we had Tanya and Rand doing all this separately, which didn't really feel like a subplot because it was to do with the same thing, and his character was set up as a cocky bully so he wouldn't really ask for help. That made sense. Here with Miss Quill, I know she wants to do this on her own, but she seriously didn't even consider the idea of something killing people. No, she just goes with the inspector. Just seemed a bit weird. And I was actually looking forward to her providing some different mentoring to the group. Like, she doesn't want to be there, but then again, she does actually impart some wisdom onto them or something. She does try and make the most of this. And we also get a bit of Ram's dad, which, yeah, that scene was pretty good, and I probably think he didn't believe him because he took took everything he told them pretty well, even the leg. And this is also about Ram getting back to his football career, which is interesting. And something I noticed about the trailer for next week's episode. Rachel's back, so there seems to be pretty Ram focus on the series, considering April shared a heart with an alien and Charlie is an alien. Interesting. So, one more thing. I understand that the visuals, as in the CGI, was good, and I have to admit, the tattoo itself was pretty good, how it moved around. Kind of like a chronologue. It was kind of like the visuals for they wanted to do that originally, they thought maybe to do a Chronlock idea. They wanted to do that for the Chronlock but didn't, so they used it here. And something else that really did kind of bug me, apart from the Miss Quill thing that she just spent the whole thing separately, is that, well, Tanya, Charlie and April, they do kind of have to deal with this whole thing while Ram's getting his bearings together and Mrs. Quill is off to either kiss or kill the Inspector. And yeah, that bit's fun, but one thing, I don't get why they had the bit with the headmaster, Mr. Armitage. I know he ultimately ends up being killed, and to be honest, he is a secondary character, and he's only been two episodes in Series A, one of which was voiceover, or 3 episodes even, 2 of which Into the Dark and Caretaker, and 1 was Dark War and the voiceover. And I don't get why bringing him in if you're just gonna kill him off. To be honest, I think it would have been better just to bring a new character in. I mean, he's not exactly one of their characters we're gonna be annoyed that he's not there. I don't think. I wouldn't have been. But it just seems like, why? There was a scene, that scene, it kind of looked like, it kind of acted like it was going to kill him off. Yet again, it was weird, like how all of this series has said, Ofsted inspectors are evil, must be allergic to the punch, and then he was skinned by a dragon. Strange. Anyway, overall, I think I'd give this episode, I'm going a 7 again, because a 7 out of 10, because it's a good episode, don't get me wrong, but the stuff with Miss Quill, I feel like it could have been a bit more connected, because it only connects, as I said, literally via a window. She gets thrown out a window, boom, she's with the rest of the gang. So it's a good episode, just needed a bit more connection between the subplot. Otherwise, good episode. Next week, the dead are coming back to life. Don't worry, this isn't iZombie. Actually, it just looks like a bunch of slimy rope things and dead people. Yeah, I'm not sure how they managed to get that past planning. See you next time.